Hello everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are listening to us. Thank you
Hello, everybody.
for
Good
joining
evening,
in.
good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are listening to us. Thank you.
Hello everybody. All right, so we'll be starting shortly. We just want to wait a few minutes for other people to join us in today's session. Let's stay tuned. We'll be starting shortly. All right. So if you're all excited to be in today's session, can we drop an emoji on the YouTube chat? I'd like to see a reaction, an emoji on the YouTube chat. Can we do that, please? All right. Without wasting much of our time, welcome once again. Um, Welcome to today's AI in Terminal, which is supercharging your Linux workflow with Amazon Q Developer CLI. We are all thrilled to have you join us today as we dive deep into the future of the CLI, which is the command line productivity. So over the next hour, we'll be discovering how to install and configure the Amazon Q developer on Ubuntu. We'll be speaking on how to leverage AI and its AI powered auto completion to speed up AWS commands, how to translate plain English prompt into shell commands in an instant, how to generate, how to run and debug code snippets right from our terminal, and how to seamlessly integrate Amazon QCLI into CI/CD pipelines for end-to-end automation. So whether you are a seasoned system admin, AWS enthusiast, you are just getting started with Linux and Amazon Q, I'm sure you're going to leave here with practical skills on how to boost your day-to-day workflow using Amazon Q, Linux, and also with a clear roadmap for bringing AI activities into every corner of your development processes. So I'd like us to stay tuned until the very end. There is a live demo, a Q&A session for us. So let's stay tuned, and a few surprises is waiting for us that we don't want to miss. So we'll get started shortly. I think Sharif can come in now. All right. So before we dive into this session, let me introduce AWS Cloud Club Unilag. So AWS Cloud Club is a student-led community at the University of Lagos, which is dedicated to demystifying cloud computing and also to empower our members, which are students, both student and non-student, with hands-on skills on AWS. So whether you are just starting out your cloud journey or you're already working with AWS, deploying workloads in production in various AWS services. So what we do here is basically workshop and labs, instruction, which is basically regular instruction-led lab sessions that is going to cover things that we need to know from the foundation of AWS, which is EC2, S3, IAM, to advanced topics like serverless architectures, Kubernetes on AWS, and even Amazon Q, just like we want to learn today, which is the generative AI. We also do certification support, whether you need study groups, practice exams, you need mentorship for AWS certification. We can help you do all this. We can help you earn badges like AWS certified cloud practitioner, AWS certified solutions architect, and other AWS certification. Then we also do hackathons and projects, collaborating. We do reward projects, hackathons that could help you build your portfolios, and also launch static websites, maybe from you designing from scratch to deployment to building an actual product, or to help build your portfolio. We are here for support, we are here for networking, for it's a community for networking basically, for tech talks, for if you have any issues, we could do a workshop, bring in professionals, events just like what we have here, and other things like that. So if you are aiming to jumpstart your career in cloud, to contribute to AWS, to do AWS projects, to explore AWS innovations, we are here to help you learn, we are here to help you build, and we are help you to connect. So we are here, we are thrilled to have you all here today. So we'll get started soon. Just so let's stay tuned.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please maybe an emoji or something, just to be sure. All right. All right. Thank you so much. All right, guys. All right. So, welcome to today's session, the AI supercharging your Linux AI workflow. And my name is Naibi Abdulrazak, and I'm the captain of this club. As the captain of this club, AWS Startup Unilag, and I'm super excited. I'm thrilled to to have you all joining us live on YouTube. You know, on YouTube today. So we are in for an incredible session. This session is packed with a lot of incredible insights, and it's my pleasure to introduce you our speaker, um, a speaker that is a friend to me and is also my mentor. His name Bob Adewusi, and is widely known as Bob Tekis. If you go on Twitter, you'll see him there as Bob Tekis, at Bob Tekis on Twitter. He's a cloud computing expert and a dynamic voice in the tech community, with a passion for empowering, um, you know, developers through innovative tools and insights. He has vast knowledge when it comes to Azure DevOps, AWS in general, and also AI-driven workflows, combined with his engaging lifestyle. He's someone that you can engage with on X easily, and it has made him. I mean, he's a global figure. We all know him. Um, yeah, so I'm going to introduce him to every one of you. So today is going to guide us through the amazing Q developer CLI to supercharge your Linux AI workflow with practical tips and live demos. So get ready. Also, learn to ask questions. If you have maybe anything in mind, please make sure you ask questions. Let it be interactive and be inspired. All right. Without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to bring him on board. Mr. Bob. Okay.
All right. I don't know if you can hear me. Can everybody hear me? I need to monitor the YouTube. I want you to give me an emoji if you can hear me clearly. All right. Uh, all right. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Olix. Olix say mentor, I beg you. All right. So this beautiful evening, I think we'll be really taking a deep dive into Amazon Q. First of all, if I'm to remind everybody, is that AI is here to stay, either you like it or not. I think I and Olix were having that discussion the other day, right? Especially, we were talking about something in Fila, right? Especially for our marketing team, and we're telling them there that either you like it or not, AI is here to stay. There's nothing that you can do. You can't. You either leverage it or you miss out, or you stress yourself and die. But once you die, we'll take it to Jesus. He will resurrect you again. All right. So today we'll be looking into supercharging your Linux workflow with Amazon Q, right? Which is what we want to talk about, right? Let me see. Can I present my slide? I'm not sure. I'm not able to present my slide. All right, all right. So before I was going to supercharge. I was going to take you guys through supercharging yourself or supercharging your Linux. I had to supercharge myself with my meal, right? So that we can, so that we know what we are doing. All right. So please, as much as possible, this is going to be a very insightful and very engaging session, and I want it to be like that, right? This is life made easy. Trust me. We didn't assuming this kind of tool was there when we were learning. We were learning Linux and all of these things in those days. I don't think any of us will know any command, because imagine just being able to use your natural language to be able to query anything. Like it's insane. I'm not even going to lie. It's actually insane. And I know I have about 30 minutes, right? All right. It's actually insane that I can do anything by just thinking about it, right? And I was even I was doing some things yesterday while I was just testing it out, and it's just mind blowing how I can just use my natural language to be able to make communications with. So I'm just going to take us through the slide because I have 30 minutes. I'm just going to use my 30 minutes effectively, and then I want to do a demo for us within that 30 minutes as well too. So as much as possible, um, I want you to uh, I want you to uh, follow me through. I want you to also learn one or two things, and I also want you to begin to understand the possibilities that you have with this tool, right? And it's specific to Amazon, right? We have other ones for different platforms, but this is quite specific to Amazon. I use GCP, I use Amazon, I use Azure, I use Huawei, and quite some other cloud platforms like that. So I can tell you that this is mind blowing, even to be used by, and this can be used by if you're a beginner, you're an intermediate, you're an expert, whatever level that you are. In fact, to a beginner, this is life made easy for you. All right, so I'm just going to get started, right? So many people will be asking me, what is Amazon Q? What does it mean? What do we use it for? what's the possibilities that I can get from Amazon Q, right? And that's what I'm going to be sharing with us to this beautiful uh, evening, right? And so Amazon Q, like I said, is like an AI powered assistant, that has been developed by Amazon themselves. So to uh, you don't really need to start. You don't build this by yourself. This is not a third party integration. This was built by Amazon themselves, an AI tool for their platform, right? And one of the key reasons why this has been built is to enhance productivity for engineers, for developers, for anybody that is interested in utilizing AWS, right? And so these are, I think, these are four like things um, that was stated here that Amazon Q can be used for. Please, I want you to really follow me because this is going to be a very beautiful session. Number one is that you can use Amazon Q to be able to uh, generate and for generate code and um, uh, you know, debug on the fly, on the fly. You know, those days I remember when we used to outside of when I say those days, sometimes it looks as if I'm old. I'm not even old. It's just when I say those days, it's just like some 4 years or 5 years ago when I'm saying those days, right? Those days, some of the things that we used to do is that when we have an issue that we are supposed to debug, what we do is that we begin to go through what's the name of this, Stack Overflow. We use Stack Overflow. You go on Google and you start searching for what you want to. In fact, if anybody has come close to what you are facing. And sometimes people might not have come close to what you are facing. So you might be the Nobel laureate of that problem. So you'll be the first person to solve it most times, or sometimes rather, right? And so we see that one of the things that Amazon Q has come to solve is that you can generate. Imagine you can generate code by telling me, Amazon, please, can you help me generate a code that does this thing? I'm going to show us, of course, in the demo, how I was able to generate a code to do something for me, right? And so you can generate a code that can do anything with Amazon Key. You don't even need to think. One of the downsides to this thing is that it will make us, smarter. People like to say lazy, but me, I like to say smarter because in its real context, you are not lazy. You are utilizing the tool that you have to make your work much more productive, effective, and less time consuming. So that's the goal here. The goal here is not that you will become lazier. The goal here is that you become smarter in doing the things that you want to do. Right. And also you're gonna see how we would use it with terminal-based workflow enhancement. You see things like autocomplete, things like suggestive commands to do some of the things that you want to do. And so we're going to be seeing those things here and while we use it on the terminal as well too. And then we can also use it to optimize. Imagine you can optimize any resource wherever it is, that is even as much as it is within that AWS account, you can use it to tweak anything, change anything, manage anything, optimize something, go through something, generate a report about something. It's mind blowing. I'm going to be telling us some of those use cases later on, right? And it's going to also give you. Imagine you could go use your Amazon queue to tell me, you know what? Can you go through all of my AWS instances and generate some recommendations for me on how I can improve security? And so you don't need to do a whole lot of research. You don't need to read too many documentations. You don't need to start reading pages and pages of documentations or start watching so many YouTube videos and all of those things, right? Because right there and now you can see, you can get suggestions about how you can optimize that resource. And I'm going to be telling us practical use cases that we can use that. In fact, even within the company I am, some of the companies I work with now, that this has also been really helpful for us, and it has helped us reduce time as much as possible. All right. And so this is the evolution of Amazon Q. I'm not going to spend so much time on these things because we're racing against time here. And so you see that Amazon Q did not just start out of the blue. You can see that from this evolution, we can see that around November 2023, that's when it has started, right? You know, And that's what I used to tell people, that some of the text that we see today, it is not today they started building it. OpenAI, Gemini, ChatGPT, all of these things have been in existence some 3, 4, 5 years ago. So imagine you just learning about it now, and people have built it as of 4, 5 years ago. And so it means that in fact, you are you are so far behind in the usage, but it's not too late. You must get in on board quickly, right? What I'm saying this is that I want us to get on board quickly. I want you to start using these things quickly. I want you to start engaging yourself in these things. I want you to start utilizing it. The earlier you start utilizing it, the better for you. I'm not even going to lie. The earlier you start utilizing, the better for you, right? And so these are some of the things that I'll be touching on today. I've just done the introduction to Amazon Q. So we're going to be doing some practical things like installing and configuring, Amazon Q on Ubuntu. We're going to be doing some AI-powered features. We're going to be doing some auto-completion of some AWS commands. We're going to be doing some real chats with AWS. By just chatting with plain English, I'm going to generate some code as well to I might not really be able to show you in practice, the integration of the CI/CD pipeline, but I can give you an idea. I think I also have it on the slide, and then some certain benefits, and then we'll do some Q&A. Right. All right. So Amazon Q developer CLI. I'm sure everybody knows what a CLI is. CLI is simply just a command line interface. I'm sure some of us have seen terminal before. If you don't know terminal, if you're on Windows, if you type CMD, it will take you to a terminal. If you're on Mac, if you look for terminal, you will see a terminal there. If you're on VS Code, if you press Control, what's that? What's the name of that thing? Backtick. You would get a terminal on there. So terminal is one of the ways that developers interact with resources. It's one of the ways that in fact, as a DevOps engineer, one of the places that you'll be working with most often is to work on the terminal. In fact, you'll be doing more work on the terminal than you are doing on the console. I remember those times when I just started, when I just got into DevOps. I started learning. I started with Azure DevOps then. Sorry, Azure back then. And then majority of the things I used to do was on console. I'll go and click this, click that, click this. One of my manager told me, he says, if you know you want to play game, continue using console. So to him, you using console is that you like to play game. It's games that you are doing. You are not a serious engineer. And so imagine, he says, I'm not a serious engineer. He says, it looks like it's game I came to play at work. You see, just because I use the console. So it means that in this world and in this day, integrated to every engineer is the ability to use a CLI, right? You're not a baby. I mean, how would I even call it now? For me to really know that you are serious with your life, you need to actually have a hands-on experience. In fact, there's nothing that you can do majority of the time that you would not use a CLI for. If you want to do, I'm sure some of us have done things like git clone, or you've run a git command, or you've done some command line commands like cd, make directory, all those simple things on your terminal. Those are the CLIs. Right? So when we talk about Amazon Q developer CLI, it means that using the Amazon Q right in your terminal. That's simply what it is. Using Amazon Q right there in your terminal. And so you'll be seeing command line integration, AI powered tools, AWS integrations as well too. All right. I think I've explained this. Maybe I should just even go down to installation. I don't know if I should share my screen now, because I don't have so much time. I want to use the next 15 minutes to just share my screen and show you guys in practical time. Let's just, so if you can follow me through, follow me. And then if you cannot follow me, you can go back to watch the video on you can go back to watch the video later. All right. Let me know when we can see I'm not sure if my screen is being displayed. All right. I think my screen is being displayed now. I don't know if this screen is too big or too small. So, all right. Let me see if I can increase the size. Let me see if I can increase the size. All right. This should be big enough. All right. So, prior to now, I'd installed I created an instance. So this is one of my company's sandbox environment in AWS. And so I'm sure I saw one of your videos where Olix was taking you guys through how to create and is it Olix or Mr. Emmanuel? How to create an EC2 instance. So I'm not going to go through the stress of teaching you again how to create an EC2 instance because I'm sure that you know what an EC2 instance is. First of all, an EC2 instance is a virtual machine. It's a virtual environment where you get to um, a virtual environment where you get to run your programs, run your applications, and more like a virtual laptop. That's what I want to describe virtual machines to people. I always say virtual laptops or virtual machine or virtual servers in the cloud. Let me give you one small joke, right? There was a time when I think some 4 years ago. So there was a master's student um, that came to that we interviewed for a role in a cloud company. The girl studied um, computer science, and so we asked her one question. He said, "What is the cloud?" Guess what she said? She said something that is in the sky. That's literally what she said. She said so. She said something that is in the sky. A master's graduate of computer science saying that cloud is something that is in the sky. And so, uh, we of course we that we didn't take her in for the role. And so, when anybody asks you what the cloud is or what EC2 servers is or EC2 instances is, they are just a server that has been created in a location, in a data center. There's a physical server for this thing that you are creating. It's in a data center, but you have borrowed it to use it for a particular purpose. That's simply what this thing is. And so I'm going to be connecting to this server right now, and I'm going to be showing us. In practice some of the things that we can do or that we can achieve with um, Amazon Q, right? Mhm. Oh, sorry. Um, Sorry, just give me a minute. Hmm. Sorry, just give me a minute. I'm trying to just get something on the screen here. Why is my screen freezing? Uh, all right. I don't know. Yes. I always mistake this thing uh, between between Linux and this thing. You see this issue that we are having now. This is a very good case to be able to use um, Amazon Q. And one of the things I'm also going to be showing us is how to use Amazon Q right from your MacBook as well too. In fact, let me show us how to do that. So one of the things that you want to do first of all is that you install. You can see I was doing something here earlier yesterday. So one of the things that you want to do is that you want to install Amazon Q uh, on your MacBook. And so I'm going to be sharing this documentation for those of us that don't have the documentation, where you can install, how you can install Amazon Q. So if you click on this installing, it's going to show you different different platforms where you can install Amazon, right? Amazon Q. So this one is for Mac OS, this one is for Linux, this one is for Ubuntu, and I think we also have, yeah, I think those three, right? You can use Mac OS, Linux, and Ubuntu. And so I'm currently on Mac OS now. If I click on download Amazon Q for Mac OS, it's going to download a software for me. I think I downloaded that software yesterday. Well, let's see if I can just show us how to use that. And so if you download this software, it's going to download this Amazon Q. I already downloaded it yesterday. And so when you download it, just like you would install your normal software, it will ask you to um, install the software. And so once you are done installing the software, you will see something like this. And this is Amazon Q app, right? So this is the Amazon Q app. Immediately you are installing this, it will ask you to sign in actually. Now there are two ways to authenticate this signing, but the way you want to authenticate this signing is by the free method. So there is a free method of being able to use Amazon Q, and there is the one that you have to pay. But the one that I want to show you is the one where you can use it for free, and that would require that you have something called the Amazon Skill Builder. And so the Amazon Skill Builder, I think, yeah, this is it here. To authenticate to it, use the Amazon Skill Builder or with IAM Identity Center. And so, but if you want to use the IAM Identity Center, it will be that you have a federated account, which I'm sure most of us will probably use in this space. And so that would mean that you want to use a a federated account, right? But we are just learning. We just want to use these things casually. We want to just use it for personal work and all of those things. And so it is advisable that you use builder ID. And so once you use the builder ID, I'm sure some of us you have a builder ID or the other. If you've ever taken a course on Amazon, or you've ever taken a training on Amazon, you see that platform that you use for your training, sponsored by AWS, is called the Amazon Builder, right? And so via that platform, you get free access to be able to use Amazon Q. And so when you authenticate with Amazon Q, automatically you should, by the time you click on Q, you should have something like this, right? And so the only way to access Amazon Q is by just typing Q. So
First of
once you
all,
type, yes, sir, can you hear me, sir?
yeah, I mean, can you increase your screen?
Oh,
Kind of,
okay, sure.
yeah.
Let me increase my screen up. All right. Is this better?
Can you go? Can you go more? I think it's still not visible.
Sorry. I think this should be better. If this is not better, everybody should get glasses.
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
this good?
better. Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah, better.
right. So one of the things that let me see. One of the things that I want to show us here is, in fact, let me put my slide on my other screen so I know where I am before I take too much time. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be showing us few things here within this place. So, in fact, before we start even using Q, I'm going to cancel this now by just doing the quiz. So one of the things you want to do is you want to authenticate, right? You want to authenticate your CLI with your Amazon account. Now, I have already done that, but the best way to do that, and I'm sure everybody knows, you can see I want to do AWS configure. Now, I was talking about auto completion as a use case for Amazon. Now, you can see that me typing AWS alone, because I have Amazon Q installed, it is already suggesting the probability, the probable commands that I want to run. So maybe I want to run Amazon 8 and S3. I want to run some commands about copy or something. But what I want to do is configure. So I'm going to do AWS configure. If I press con, now I know there are so many options here that I can choose from for me to know in case I don't remember what the command is, or I don't know what exactly I want to do. So I can use this Amazon queue to be able to get suggestions like this. So what I want to do is Amazon configure, right? And so I can choose to keep scrolling like this to configure, or the moment I type F, sorry, and then for me to auto complete it, I'm just going to press right, right, or press enter. So automatically like this now, I can configure my Amazon key, my access key, which I already did. So if in your case you just paste your access key here, and then you paste your secret key here, and then you put the default region, which I already did, and then of course this is just press enter. Now what this allows you to do is that it gives Amazon Q the ability to be able to access the resources in your account. Now, if you do not give it that access, the Amazon key is as good as useless, because what Amazon works with is the access to your Amazon or your AWS environment. And how do I access my AWS environment? By my access key and my secret key. And so once you do your AWS configure, automatically AWS or Amazon Q now has the ability to be able to use, or to be able to query your AWS account. So depending on the access key, the region that you want it to do or check for, then it is going to be able to have access to your account. Now, one of the things again I want to show you here is that if you look up here, you will see something that you are chatting with Claude 4 Sonnet. Now, this is called the model that Amazon Q is using. Hope you know that we have different models. We have Claude 4, we have Claude 3.7. In fact, let me look. Let me show you. Let me just show us. Now, if you do /model, is it run /model now? Sorry, let me just do Q. Let me do /model. So now this is it now. And so we see that there are Amazon Q provides us with 3 models that we can use. Now, if I use this Claude 4, I think currently right now Claude 4 is not in use, or we are not able to use Claude 4. So you can use any of the other models. Now, the reason why you have version models is that they've been trained better. So it means 4 is better than 3.7, 3.7 is better than 3.5, based off of the model that was used to train them, based off of how effective they are in response to your natural language, right? And so, but what we want to use here, because if we use Claude 4, if I say check how many S3 buckets I have in US West 2. Only say right, beautiful. Now look at it. Now you see, I'm not typing any AWS command or query. Look at it, simple and short, right? Look at where I asked the question. Check how many S3 buckets I have in US West 2. I'm not going to the console. Now, this is the console, guys. We can even check it from here, but I don't have that time now. So because of our time, you can go back to your console to confirm if it is doing the right thing or the wrong thing, right? It says, I said, check how many S3 buckets I have in US West 2. I didn't have to type any AWS command. I don't have to cram anything on my head. I don't have to know one command or another. Nothing of such. I don't need to know anything. All I need to know is what I want to do. What do I want to do? It takes care of it for me. So, and I'm going to be showing us different things about how you can utilize them to get the best, even to work more. In fact, they give you task at work and then you submit in less than 30 minutes. They will think you are guru. No, you are not a guru, but you are a guru because you've been able to know how to utilize this AI implementations that have been made easy and available for us. And that's what AI has come to do. AI has not come to take your jobs away. AI has not come to replace you. AI has come to make your work better, fully optimized, and much more efficient. Now look at it now. It's going to tell us, let's say this is Bob. Bob is asking, check how many S3 buckets I have in US West 2. I will check how many. See, it's going to respond to me like as if we are having a chat. I'm sure some of us use WhatsApp. Some of us use WhatsApp the same way you chat with your babes. Sorry, babe. You're supposed to have one babe. The same way we chat to your babe, the same, the same way you chat with your friend. That's the same way that Amazon Key wants you to relate with it. And so it's going to tell you, it's going to respond to you. Oh, check how many S3 buckets I have in US West 2. It says, oh, okay, calm down. I will check how many S3 buckets you have in US West 2 region. You see, I don't even need to tell it that it is a region. He automatically knows that it is a region. And so it tells us that, oh, he's going to use this AWS tool, which is trusted, and then he's going to run an AWS CLI command. Now, it is actually running an AWS command at the background, but I don't care what command you are running. Just do what I tell you to do for me, right? And so this is the service name that it is querying. It is querying the S3 API. But I don't even care. This one now is just telling me for telling me sake. It's just a report to me. But look at what I'm interested in. After completed, I see exactly what I asked for. So look at it. It says, Bob, okay, you have 86 S3 buckets in total. However, it is important that you to note that S3 bucket names are globally unique and list buckets operation. I don't care about it. But look at my answer. It even made it bold so that I don't need to care about the other jargons that it is telling me. I can choose to read it if I want. I can choose not to read it if I want. But look at it now. Imagine your manager comes to you and tells you, "Oh, let me look for somebody's name in the chat. Oh, Daniel, please, can you quickly check for me how many buckets we have in our AWS US1 region?" You see, you don't need to start going to the console, start counting, and say, "Okay, 1, 2." Can you imagine? Imagine you have to spend 3 hours doing that. No, you don't have to spend 3 hours doing that. You can do that in 10. I think, see, this thing was completed in 1.64 seconds. There is no way. There is no way any engineer is beating that. Before you log in, sef, your network will first give you wahala. Especially if you are using Fiber One in this season or you are using MTN. So you spend the first 30 minutes trying to refresh AWS. And so you see that you are much more productive. Now, I want to go further, a step further, right? I want to tell it a step further. Okay, Jesus, I have about 3 minutes to go. I want to go a step further. I want to tell it, okay, I know I have 86 buckets, but look at something I want to do. Can you give me the names of the um, first 10 largest buckets in the region? Look at it now. It's going to do this now in the next few seconds, and I will be done. Right now, look at it. It completed this within 1.26 seconds. Right, you will get me their names now. You're going to get me their names now. So look at it. It is creating a script that is going to automate this. It's creating a script that will automate this, and then I just need to trust it. So this is the script. Now look at it. Very, very, it's mind blowing. Can any one of you write a batch script within 3 seconds to generate the first 10 largest buckets in your account? No, you cannot do that. There's no engineer that is beating this, right? And so all I need to do is I want to trust this because I trust the action. So I'm just going to press T and press enter. And so it's just going to run that. I'll press T again, press enter, and then it's going to generate me those buckets. And you will do this within minutes. This thing as a task can take days. And I'm not even joking. This thing as a task can take days for you to complete. But this is we doing it in the space of minutes. We're going to be doing this in the space of minutes. And I'm going to show us again after this. I'm going to show us how to, as we round off for this meeting, I'm going to show us how to generate a script, right, from this meeting. And then I think would stop there for this evening. You see, so it has generated the script here. First of all, it listed out all the buckets in their arrays, and then it's going to loop over them, check the sizes, and list out, because I have so many buckets. That's why this thing is looking as if it's taking. But if you have few buckets, the fewer buckets you have, the fewer. So I don't need to do. I'm doing these things now in the space of 2-3 minutes. In the space of 2-3 minutes to get these things and to do this. I don't know if I should cancel this guy because I really am running against time. But yeah, these are ways that you can leverage on these things. Let me see what I have again on my slide. I'm to show you guys. I think lastly, I want to show us how we can use Amazon Q to also generate script. Um, to also generate a script. All right. I think we have about 86 this thing here. So what he's doing for me is checking the bucket location and sizes, and then is going to loop over those buckets, and then he's going to now tell us what the sizes are. So that's what it is currently doing here. So look at it. It has listed it out for us. It has listed it out for us in minutes, guys. In minutes. We didn't have to wait. We didn't have to wait for hours. It has done this now in minutes, and it has given me back the first 10 largest buckets in my AWS account. Look at it. It has told me that it is Amazon Glue, it is Beamable Cloud Prod, Portal Prod, and so like this, I can again see there are so many things that you can do with these guys, right? You can tell it, okay, you know what? Help me check the within these buckets which files have not been used for 30 days. Now, this is a way for you to also cut cost. You know, we have 6 pillars or maybe 7 pillars in the well architectured framework. You see, you can use this to this is what you can do with this is beyond what I can even tell you within 30 minutes, right? You can use this to increase your performance efficiency, to increase security for your application, to cost optimize as much as possible, to ensure reliability of your application, to ensure sustainability of your servers running as well too, and you know, efficiency, performance efficiency, operational excellence, all of those things you can do it. You can leverage on these things to be able to get the best out of it. So yes, I think I'm just going to stop here, even as this thing just ends tonight. Tonight, I'm just going to stop here. So if anyone has any questions, we can take it. So this guy is just telling us the sizes of this bucket. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm just going to end it here because of our time.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Pastor Bob. That was insane. Like, in fact, even though I'm a DevOps engineer, I think I learned something new today. I'm going to bring really one to this session for questions to Pastor Bob, right? Really one, please, you can go ahead.
All right.
Pastor Bob, that was insane. Mr. Iliwan, you can go ahead. Mr. Iliwan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, you can go ahead, please.
Oh, well, all right. It's been a wonderful section and super excited to be here. Mr. Bob, we have really done a good job. You have done a great job.
Thank you.
So I can say that you have done a good job. You have done a great job. So I don't know. I want to once again. I can hear you. Okay.
I think he's following YouTube. I think he should follow from here.
So I don't know if anybody have any questions. If there's any question, you can kindly drop it in the chat.
Okay. I think I have a
Hello.
question. I think I have a question. Really one. Just hold on, please. Just gonna. All right. I think I'm just going to take the session. Yeah. So I think I have a question, right, Pastor Bob. Now, you did some installation here, which is um, the Amazon queue, right? The auto completion, like, how does it work? Does it come together with the package, that's Amazon queue package software?
Yes, he absolutely comes. So immediately you install the Amazon queue, and you authenticate it with your AWS skill builder email, it automatically, in fact, let me cancel this. It automatically um, comes with that autocomplete feature. So you don't need to do any extra thing. So if I'm typing AWS, it automatically comes with it. I don't need to do any other extra installation for it to happen. It's the same way that so this is similar to what happens also within our code editor, like cursor or visual code, where you are as you are typing, there's already a suggestion for you for what you want to, or what you are trying to do. So Amazon Key also leverages on that compatibility and introduces it to the terminal as well. So, but this is specific to AWS.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for that. I think we have a question on the comment section. I'm just going to show it to you. Let me see. I think here it is. It's asking, is it possible to use Amazon Q on GUI that's on the console? Yeah.
Yes, 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 absolutely. You can also use the Amazon queue on your device. It's always around this. See, this is Amazon. If you can see my screen right now, you see Amazon queue, and so this is Amazon queue, but it will need to be integrated into your. So this is the free tier. Oh Jesus, I'm signed out. But you can, of course, you can absolutely use Amazon Q with your GUI by all means. So I think, let me go back to that instance and just show you from there where you can use it. So not just CLI, but of course, it works beautifully well with CLI, but you can also use it from here. So this is it. I can ask it anything. So tell me how many instances I have, and then he automatically replies me with the number of instances I have. So yeah, this is how to. So it's just like a messenger, like the same way you text your text and then you get response. So you can see it has retrieved. I have an instance, uh, counting and all of those things. So and then it takes you through the process. I think one of the things that is also beautiful to me about AW this Amazon Key is that it also shows you what it is doing. It tells you what it is doing. So you can see I have this is my Amazon Q demo, which I have here, and there is also another one which has been stopped. It's called GitHub Actions. I think this is a GitHub Action runner, but it is even telling us the state of this thing. So I don't even need to go inside this place to start checking. So start checking if I have EC2 inside. It saves time in the long run. It saves time, and this is one of the things that AI has come to do for us. Yeah, I think I've answered that question.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Let me see. You guys should drop your question. Okay. Okay. I think we have another question. Yeah. So Moses is asking, how does Amazon Q CLI auto completion differ from traditional shell completion like Bash, and in what scenarios could it save you the most time?
I think Bash is a much more generic, has a much more generic usage. AWS Amazon Key is specifically for Amazon. It does not, it cannot work with Azure, it cannot work with Google GCP. It's specifically for Azure, and Amazon Q directly queries the Amazon API. So you don't need to write extra queries because in Bash, you need to first of all go and look for those queries or the APIs from Amazon endpoint and then start querying that Amazon endpoint, which can be a lot of stress. Sometimes if you are writing Python, you have to use Boto 3 SDK to be able to
Yeah.
now query. So it's a lot of stress. So Amazon Q does not, it saves you that time to start writing. It does it. So you don't even need to know the script that it is running. It runs it for you. You might not even see the bash script. You don't even know what is inside the bash script. So I think the auto completion is super easy. Is that sometimes see it has happened to me, and I'm sure it has happened to many of us here severally. There are certain commands that we know, but we can get at the point where we want to work and we can't remember that the
Right.
complete command again. Right. And so with Amazon Key auto completion, it's specific to Amazon, and then it provides us with that suggestion. Of course, I'm not saying there are no other um, other AI tools that also gives us suggestions. If you use Cursor very well, you know that Cursor gives you auto completion capacities and all of those things. But I think with that key difference, I think as Amazon Q is much more tailored to Amazon, and it queries the APIs directly, so it's faster and it's easier to get by.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. Because I'm just trying to like remember like how some of this thing works. You know, when you install softwares and you want to use some packages, the whole straight
Mm.
that you have to pass through. I don't know if you remember NPM. Oh my God, Node.js. I
Yes.
hate Node.js. There's a lot of software packages that you have to install. Doing that manually, a lot of things that you have to do on the terminal, and using some tools like this is going to save the stress. This is
Yeah.
really really cool. Very very
Yeah.
cool. Thank you so much. I think there is another question. Maybe we're just going to take one more or two, and then we're going to end it. The question and answer session. Okay. I'm going to share this. This is from Daniel. He's asking that if the generated snippet fails, what is one simple way to ask Amazon Q CLI to help you debug it? Okay.
All right. So I think yesterday I was just trying out something, and first of all, you must understand that it will generate a snippet for you. If it fails, it is also going to suggest by itself. Oh, I see that this failed. Should I generate another one for you? And now this does not take away the ability to know what you are doing to, because I've seen people say they are vibe coding. You can't, as a DevOps and infrastructure engineer, you cannot vibe code before you delete infrastructure. So um, don't vibe code on prod environment. You can't vibe code and delete payroll service. All right. So one of the things is that first of all, you must know what you want. You must know what you are. And you see, like what I showed. Oh, I don't think I like what is here. You can see that it will show you the script. Look at it. It showed us the script for what it wants to do. So it does not just go ahead and tell and just run it. So you yourself, you have the response, and that's the responsibility of the engineer, is to go through, check this script that is about to run. Is it correct? Is it good to go? And so once you are able to check, it is also going to ask you here. He wants to create this script to check this thing. Do you trust it? And that is why it is called there is yes, there is no, there is trust. So when you say to me, what you are saying is that I trust that this is good. Even before he runs it again, he's going to ask you, I want to run it. I want to give this thing permission to run this thing. Do you trust in this thing? And then he asks you again. So the developer or the engineer's responsibility is also number one to go through it to confirm. AI is not, of course, AI can be wrong. Please, AI is not 100% right. AI can be wrong. And so it is the engineer's responsibility to go over these things, check if it's correct, and if it's not correct, also you can query it to make modifications where necessary by using your natural language. So in fact, you don't even need to know what that exact command is. So let's say I told it to get me the first 10 and it got me only the first 5. I can tell it, is your head correct? I said, get me the first 10. Trust me, it will go back again, check its code again, reevaluate again, and generate another one. Then it is your responsibility again to go back to confirm that this thing. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pastor Bob. I believe your question has been answered, Daniel. Um, okay, I think we have just one more question, and then we call it. There's one personality to me, like I want to ask, but I don't know if I still have the time. Um, okay, let me just look at parameters. Okay, all right. So, oh, what's going on? I think I lost that. Sure. Okay, sorry. All right, so the question is from Moses. Can Q develop or generate any configuration parameters for network engineers in a hybrid cloud network setup?
Yeah, of course, of course. Amazon Q is just like every AI tool there. So Amazon Q can generate like can assist. Let me use the word assist. Network engineers with hybrid connectivity. That's like providing AI powered support for troubleshooting In case where you want to do configuration, yes, it can generate configuration files for you and optimize the distance. So it can integrate with tools like Amazon VPC reachability analyzer to diagnose connectivity issues in hybrid situations. It can have access to your AWS Direct Connect or site-to-site VPN connection to be able to diagnose that and troubleshoot that for you and tell you, give you pointers to what might be wrong. So an engineer can just ask questions in a natural language, such as, why can't my application reach the database? Or is my EC2 instance accessible from the internet? So what Amazon Key will do is analyze the network configuration and metadata to identify misconfigurations and reduce. And if it's able to identify this misconfiguration, then it can help us reduce the time to resolution. Another way you can do that is to give guidance, just like if you ask your chat GPT. Because what for AWS now is more specific. The models they are being run on is much more AWS intensive than just general models, and so it can give you guidance that provides insight based off of all the AWS documentation. So imagine that you don't need to go and start scrolling through documentation because Amazon Q is trained on the seven. You know that AWS has been in existence for about 17 years or so, or their documentation has been for about 17. So it trains, the model is being trained on 17 years of documentation. 17 years of documentation. So it saves you 17 years of going through reading 17 years or so, and then it can explain the networking concepts to you. It can give you real-time recommendations, and you can also integrate it with other. So I think the only, but of course there are limitations. So I feel like some of the limitations is that Amazon Q is most effective within AWS environment, right? So it only has knowledge based off of its own environment. So it might not necessarily be able to give you an insight on a physical server because that's not what it is trained on. But it can provide insights for you based off of its documentation, but might not mean that it can help you solve an issue that is on the on-prem network. So I think that basically answers that question.
All right. Thank you so much, Pastor Bob. Moses, I hope you are having fun. These questions are on fire. I think this is going to be the last question. I think, and the question is for me personally. You know, AI, and all of that. So I kind of have a bit of confusion regarding, like, young engineers, like new, like all these guys now. I mean, people in on the level, 20 level, kind of ask some questions, and they're a bit skeptical coming into this field. Like, how would they be able to do anything? So, with these young engineers become skilled developers, right? How would they become skilled developers if they rely heavily on these AI tools to do their job? For coding, for let's say resource deployment, and all of that. So, and we all know that AI sometimes can give you issues, right? That you as human have to come in to be able to know what's going on and correct it yourself. So now, if we have young developers that are, AI heavily AI dependent, so how can they be able to, like, maneuver this whole thing? I don't even get my question.
All right. So I think one of the things I always say is that first of all, you must learn this thing. You can't. There's no vibes coding. There's so far that vibes coding can take you, and I promise you, as someone that has been there, is that you see you still need to learn the basics. You can't vibe code your way through everything. You will need to learn the basic. There are certain times that there will be errors. It is by your experience and by your usage of it that you can tell, oh, okay, this is not what I mean. This is what exactly I mean. In fact, you know how to better use the AI tool because you know what you are doing. Not that you don't know what you are doing, you're not telling AI to, oh yeah, now give me suggestion, what should I do? Imagine your manager tells you and says, Bob, create a security report on all our EC2 instances and ensure that and ensure that we are able to forecast for the next few 6 months under this budget. You see, that's problem. You can tell AWS, you can tell AI to do that, but AI is going to give you a generic answer, of course, based off of your environment. Now there are certain trade-offs that are important, especially when it comes to system design. Now, if some of us have not been in the planning phase of infrastructure, you would not understand what I'm trying to say. You see, when you enter into the planning phase of architecture of design, you would understand that there are trade-offs. So there are times that we will trade off costs for performance. There were times that we would trade. So if you don't know those things, what AI suggests to you is to just be garbage in, garbage out, and you can, imagine maybe a company that uses EC2 servers, and now you just come into the company and they say, "Oh, how can we best approach it?" You just say, "Let's go and use Kubernetes." You can use Kubernetes and everything will scatter. And so it means that you need to know exactly what you are doing first, and then the AI tool will help you. It will assist you. You can see that I did not say it's going to do your job for you. I said it is going to make your work faster. It's not going to do your job for you. It's only going to make it faster. It's not going to make you much more productive in your work, and it's only going to make you more efficient. But it should never, and it must never take away the place of understand. In fact, I can promise you that if you get a job by means of leveraging only on AI, you will get sacked too before 3 months. I can promise you that you will get sacked. Right? So yeah, I think that should answer the question, sir.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Pastor Bob. I really appreciate it. In fact, uh, I still remember. I think there was a task that I was supposed to do on Prometheus and Grafana, and kind of like the first, like I've never used before, and I was given the task. I was like, okay, yeah, I can do it. Almost, I had to go back to documentation. I
I'll
had
go
to
and
read
start.
I have to read documentation from Pali to Pali, understand how it works. And then, of course, I later use the AI, but it becomes easier. I was able to tailor it to what I needed it for. I think that answers it. Thank you so much, Pastor Bob.
Yes, sir.
I think this is the last, question. So I don't know if you have anything you want to tell us, Pastor Bob. Maybe you want to round it off, but I think,
All
yeah.
right. I think the what I wanted to say was what we just finished lastly. Is that please use AI responsibly. They said if the use of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable, right? And so I want you to know that these things are here to stay. Number one, they're not going anywhere. It's not going to disappear. In fact, before we used to think there's a way that people have made us feel like if you use AI, you are cheating. No, you are not cheating. You are leveraging on a new tech. It's the same way that imagine somebody that has a car and then start using leg to walk. Says, oh, so everybody will not think I'm cheating. No, you are not cheating. You are only leveraging. But you see, there's a way you can drive a car that will kill you, that if you had walked JJJJ, you will not die. So the same way also that if you misuse an AI tool, you would also the person will also enter accident, and then you can bring down a whole company by one wrong command. One wrong command bring down. I've seen somebody recently we had a production incident and somebody just pushed a bug and all the old servers went down. Just one small bug audio server. So the same way it is easy that it can get work done faster, the same way it can bring down the whole company faster too. So please use it responsibly. Ensure that you always cross-check. Please, it does not take away the place of having thorough understanding about what exactly you are doing. You want to be an AWS cloud engineer, you want to be a network engineer, you want to be an infrastructure engineer. Please, ChatGPT will not give you not give you exactly what you must still learn it. So the same way goes for all of these things. So I think that should be the end for me. Thank you very much.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Pastor Bob. I think you guys should, drop emoji. Thank Pastor Bob for, sharing his insights into Amazon Q. In fact, there's a lot that we learned today. So guys, just drop your emojis. Drop your emoji. Let him know that you appreciate him. For this session, right? Right. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next session. Gonna move on to the next session, guys. Just give me some minutes. I think it's quiz session. Um, it's quiz session. Deborah, are you there? Just gonna bring you in. Minutes coming, guys. Uh, um, so we have a quiz session, all right, guys, and there's something for everyone that are joining, like gifts for the top three. So we have Deborah is gonna handle the session. Deborah, I don't know if you can hear me. Um, come in. Okay, from studio start. Okay, you can go ahead, Deborah.
Alright, so hi everyone. Okay,
Let's go.
so we're going to be starting the Mentimeter session very soon. Yeah. So I just hope that everyone has been taking note of everything that has been said. And yes, there are prizes for this particular one. So okay, so I just like everyone um to just join in. Please go to mentimeter.com and join in using the code. Once you're in, just kindly, you know, type anything you want at all to indicate that you're ready. So we'd wait for 2 to 4.
Kindly.
Ah, yes.
See, I'm going to wait for 5 minutes. I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes to just, open the website, enter the QR code. 5 minutes. I'm going to give everyone 5 minutes to just, open the website, enter the QR code. So, don't forget, just the Mentimeter app or the Mentimeter website. You know, and go to Google and just enter the QR code. You can scan the QR code or you can use the code above. Just okay. You can scan the QR code or you can use the code above. Don't forget, 5 minutes is ticking. You know, if you can rewind through everything that was said in the quiz, because some of these questions are based on what was said in the quiz. You can rewind. Once again, don't forget, take your time. Remember, there are prizes for the top 3 winners. You never know what you could win. I remember the last event that we did, someone actually won a teddy bear, an AWS teddy bear, and it was so cute. So yeah, I don't know what you can actually win in this thing. So just scan the QR code or use the code. You can invite your friends, your loved ones, just in case, maybe you don't win, your friend might win, and or you really don't know how to kind of like do quizzes. You could just tell your friend to do it for you, to win for you. Either way. So yeah. 2 minutes left, guys. Whoever wants to join, because when we start, you know, it takes off. Okay, so I can see that some of us are joining in. Join in. Please use a good network. If your mobile data isn't working well, switch to Wi-Fi, whichever works best. Just so it doesn't disqualify you. There aren't really that many rules. Just take note of the fact that fastest answer, fastest correct answer has more points. And if you want to be the top of the leaderboard, just make sure that your answers are accurate, precise, and on time. So, yes. Once again, if there's anything you've forgotten from what was said today, from all the speakers, even the question and answer sessions, you don't know where these questions are coming from. So just rewind as fast as you could possibly can. Less than a minute left, and then we start off. Hopefully, no one is left out.
I think they are saying they can.
Okay, I think someone said they can't join. Oh, I really don't know why. Okay, then. So we're going to go ahead and start then. So everyone is ready.
Deborah, can you hear me? Deborah, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
Please read the question.
What did you say?
Be reading the question to the audience.
Sure, I can't hear you.
Read the question to the audience, like the question.
Okay, I should read the questions.
Yep.
Okay. So, okay, so this question was basically that Amazon Q is available in two main versions. What are they? And so far, 67% of people got that question right when they said Amazon Q developer and Amazon Q business. So that means everyone here is paying attention, you know. So, or rather, most of us are paying attention. And to the 17%, that's about 34% of people that got it wrong. You know, just kindly take notes. So, yeah. Okay, so we have two micro employees, all by earring movie. So if you're still like around the last three, you just brush up. You never know, you could even do it. Like, everyone is ready for the next question. So, yeah. So we're on question three now. It says, what's an Amazon key for CLI? Translate into shell command. E. Context programming languages. B. Binary code. C. Database phrase. And D. Place English. Like, what school has like, majority of people should get the answer right. So yes, actually say it. So let's go through the other questions now because they're related to like and they say things are actually very very so so far T2 Micro is still in the lead, followed by Earring and Adelangwa. So like I said before, if you're still among that last three, then you can still brush up. Because I don't remember reading one note here. On to the next question. Okay. So the next question says, who is a potential speaker for a session on supercharging your Linux versus the Amazon Q based on common content type? So yes, Bob Adewusi actually chose me. I don't know, maybe we need to go back to this school because I don't know, one person is not even alive in this section and it's two people. But Bob Adewusi, wow, and I think have on the top of the leaderboard. And so far, it looks like this might someone actually overtake it. Hearing expectations to succeed. So let's go. Now for question five. Which of the following is not a primary use case for Amazon Q? We have, and the answer is actually providing personalized travel recommendations for tourists. 50% of people got that right. 40% of people got that right, and 40% got it. Why are these numbers changing? But either way, it's fine. It's fine. The app will pick it up. The app will pick it up. But yes, it shows that people are following, and it shows that you all came here to learn. And at the end of the day, this quiz isn't just about winning, but it's about learning more about Amazon. You know. So now, after that, question 7. Amazon Q leverages which key technologies to provide its capabilities? A. Only traditional rule-based systems. B. Generative AI, including Amazon, Titan, and GPT models. C. Basic scripting languages. And D. Manual data entry and human processing. 100% went for the one that had Amazon under it. Well, you are correct. Yes. I think that was a very, very easy bonus question. So, congratulations everyone for, just looking for where do we put our name under this thing. So now on to the next one. And I am pleased to inform all that you will be with 3,382 micro. Oh, what happened to the leading? But either way, and then we have Adelanwa row 30. Yes, we have our row. Over to you, AWS. What does you win?
Yeah, so that's the last question, Deborah. Uh,
Yes, that's
and
the
this,
last.
yes, and this will be that boat. Yeah. Okay. Mm. All right. Congratulations to Ire. So guys, let's throw an emoji to Ire. Yes, let's throw an emoji to Ire. Congratulations, and there is something for you. Definitely, we'll get back to you. Um, let me know or let us know if you are on the group. If you are not, this we can drop the link here so you can join, and then reach out to any one of us. Right. Um, so yeah, congratulations to you once again. I think we need to wrap this up. I mean, it's already taking longer. Yes, I want to say I believe this session you guys enjoy it. It was fun, and you learned some couple of things. No, like you've learned about the Amazon queue and its usefulness, how you can utilize it for your workflow, to enhance your workflow, to increase your productivity, and of course we also talk about the negative side of it as well. So you have to be careful not to use it to delete resources on the pod so that they'll not go and sack you. All right. I'm very sure that we all had a very nice session. And then I want to thank everyone for being part of this. And also, to everyone that is here, I would also want you to give feedback on today's session. Let me see if I can get a link. Just a second, guys. Moses, do you have the link? You can help me share it on the group. I think I have it here. Let me see. So give your feedback, right? Give your feedback, tell us what you learn and all of that. We will really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thanks to the speaker, Mr. Bob, for the wonderful session. And we're going to have this once again. Another session, we'll let you guys know. And if you are here, you are not on the group, please let us know. We'll drop the link here so you can join. We have our official WhatsApp page where we interact and have conversations. Please, if you don't, please let us know. We can add you. Um, yeah, I think that's basically it. All right. So until next time, keep building, don't stop, keep coding, practice. If you have issues, drop it on the WhatsApp. We'll always support you guys. Have a wonderful evening. See you again, and bye. Bye everyone. Um,